Hey everybody, it's me, DaAuraWolf, and welcome to a very first for this channel, which is going to be video game reviews. And today, for our first game, I would like to review The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, High Definition. It's like, cell shading in HD! Yay! Because we know all how we all like cell shaded graphics now, do we? And which I have to say, that was probably one of the most made fun about points about Wind Waker, which basically is like, well, cell shading so candy-like. It's like, we don't like it because it's so cell-shaded. And the trailer that you tech demo that you showed us for the Nintendo GameCube kind of looked like a more better-looking Ocarina of Time for GameCube standards. Which, I know the fact that, oh, you got like, for Wind Waker, you got Majora's Mask. But let's say, Wind Waker, I have no problem with Wind Waker. Wind Waker was good. And let's say, if you found it troublesome in the past, in the original GameCube version about the Triforce pieces, they've made it even easier, in which only you have to find 3 Triforce charts. 3. Only 3, not 8. They've made 5 of them regular Triforce shards, and they took the other 5 and gave you some more treasure charts, in which the treasure charts is basically not that much difference, but they changed around some of the Triforce charts with some more better rewards. And also, I'd like to confirm that, you know, if you've played the original Wind Waker and you notice that one treasure chart that just gives you a single solitary green rupee, well, guess what? They have changed it to a purple rupee, which that is very nice and all. But more about the storyline, I'd say my personal review on The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. So here I go. The Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker is a very good game from start to finish. You are going to meet a bunch of cool characters. Some of them which can be very annoying at times, and sometimes you're like, I just hate this character. And by the end of the game, you are probably going to be so sick and tired of going to Windfall Island, because bunch of side quests happen on Windfall Island, but they're not that bad. Which are probably the more tedious side quests which you have to do on Windfall Island is the decorating, because it's basically 2 tied into 1. In which your first part of the side quest is trying to get the Gorons, and the game's like, oh, spoiler, Gorons are in the game! They've been in every single solitary Zelda 3D game since Ocarina of Time. But yeah, it gets kind of tedious in which you were going to try to trade back and forth, and then back and forth, and back and forth with the items. Which I get kind of tedious after all. But thankfully, they have introduced a new item in the game, in which it's a more faster shift, quicker sell, which makes the Kakari tree wiring side quest a whole lot easier. I've not played the original, but I can tell you, just the speed in which I was going through the Kakari tree wiring side quest, I also used the Ballad of the Gales, but it took me about, I had like 17 some minutes left. Now starting was 30, so it only took me about 13 minutes to complete. So that is pretty good. But I'd say if you don't like cel shading graphics, just take a look at how they look in high definition. Which, I know, last gen console graphics were pretty darn cool, minus the Wii U's graphics. And the generation before that, whenever the Wind Waker first came out, graphics were terrible. Not as terrible as, oh, say, Polygonist Nintendo 64, but the cel shading just looked too cartoony, in which Some may say, like, oh, I'm not going to play a cel-shaded game that's Legend of Zelda because it looks so cartoony, and nothing can be cartoony about the Legend of Zelda. It's like, I like my Ocarina of Time, or better yet, I like my games darker like Majora's Mask, in which I like Majora's Mask, but I have to say, that's also kind of like Wind Waker too, in which Wind Waker, pretty good deep story, pretty not that long to beat, in which I've done everything in Wind Waker. I'm working on the second quest right now on hero mode, but I'd say just the main narrative, it took me like about a give or take under 24 hours to officially complete. And I started playing it October 7th, and I got it beat November 5th. And there was a few off days in between. But yeah, it's not that very long of a game. It's good lengths. It's good lengths and all. And if you were a serious fan of The Legend of Zelda, I highly suggest picking it up. Or if you even bought a Wii U, I highly suggest picking it up, because this, my friends, is going to tie you over until, for The Legend of Zelda, until a new entry in The Legend of Zelda comes forth, which we're hoping is like, oh, please, HD Zelda, come out sooner. Come on, we want it like the Wii U tech demo from 2011. But in all, I like to introduce my rating scale system. My rating scale system is pretty simple. It's like the 1 to 10 scale. And let me say, basically, some more, how I'm going to review, it's going to be like more points, like I could talk about, bring out major highlight points, which what I like and what I didn't like is a down points. So first off, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, I like to say some pros about it is that it's a very good game. It's Legend of Zelda. Cell shading graphics look beautiful in high definition. Most of the stuff that you would consider tedious in the GameCube version has been fixed. So that's basically the pros, or the things, reasons why I like it. And some stuff that I didn't like about it. There's just a little bit of a few. One thing that I didn't like about it, and don't get me wrong, it is very helpful, but I kind of got annoyed of the Tingle Bottle feature, which, as you can see right there, the Tingle Bottle feature, which you can write a letter, put it in a Tingle Bottle, and send it out to be found by other players via Miiverse. And like, the main problem I had about that is basically, I know how it's supposed to work out and all, but it just kind of gets kind of annoying just to randomly pick up a Tingle Bottle. And if you were like me, in which, like, oh, I missed this one character from a Nintendo Gallery collection, it's like, let's hope I get this, in which, yes, I missed that Rito that leaves after the Earth Temple. But it's like, you just get random messages. It's almost like, okay, ooh, I got a Tingle Bottle. Let's see what it says. Okay, this guy posts from Miiverse, I'm on a boat. Ha ha ha. Okay. So that's the main problem which I have kind of with Miiverse, is the stupidity of some of the comments on Miiverse. In which Tingle Bottle can be helpful if you randomly, luck by chance, get a pictograph of a character in which you're missing for your Nintendo Gallery collection. If you miss them, but then again, you also have a second quest to collect them all back if you missed them. But yeah, that's about all I can say about The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker a 9.25. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to keep in contact be sure to keep and watch on this channel for more reviews and more Let's Plays. So until then, thank y'all for watching, and this is DaAuraWolf, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Cat's eye link stares into your soul.